So, what it is promised is that if this video gets to 20,000 likes, I will make another video showing you all the historical faces of the great artist
Picasso.
So hello everyone, I'm Julio Solorzano, and today's videos I will be talking to you about this great artist Pablo Ruiz Picasso. Picasso was a great artist. It has been a lot of essays, books, and a lot of things said and done about this great artist. It has even been said, people, that this artist was an abstract artist. But Picasso never painted something abstract in his life. Picasso has always been a figurative artist, not an abstract artist. But it is true that he, in some point of his life, painted en parte. Well, we're going to discover this in this video. So as you may think about Picasso nowadays, is this painter as his biggest artworks are like the Guernica or those kind of paintings. But no. That's not his own style, what he did. Picasso, to be honest, was an academic realistic painter, because by that time his father was a professor in the Academy of Arts in Malaga and in Barcelona. And by the way, this little kid painted very good when he was just a little kid. Also, if you don't know, Picasso had many academias. What are academias? Well, academias are a very classical drawings in charcoals of these statues, and he did them when he was just a little kid. And he even said he was very impressed when he achieved and he drew all those kind of things. And it's very interesting. You might be thinking that, well, it's because his father was also a painter. But no, you can be the son of a great painter and you can have no interest at all in art. But he did. And as I told you before, he was very impressed about his skills at that very young age. And here is another interesting fact about Picasso. It is said that the most complete catalog about Picasso's artwork was made by Christian Servos. It has more than 16,000 works.
16,000.
Yeah, very impressive. And the most impressive thing, if you didn't know, is that they were all painted and drawn by him, not like others. Something undeniable is that Picasso liked to work a lot, and he liked to do it himself with his own hands. As it should be logical, right? Well, but he did work a lot, and he did his first art exhibition where he was just 13 years old. And what did he exhibit? Well, what I just told you before, all of these academias and paintings he had, he exhibited, and he just painted all of that when he was just 7 years old. And yes, it is true that his father helped him and advised him in composition, color, and all of this stuff because his father was a teacher. But even though for a kid of his age, look at what he was doing. He did portraits of his mother, his father, and look at what he just did over here with just 15 years old. He even did some studies, reproductions of this great artist, Goya, Velázquez. For true and for sure, he was a very talented young kid. And these ones, as you can see, are very well painted, very well considerated, and the use of color is just spectacular. And yes, with this kind of learning that he received when he was a kid, he could basically do whatever he wanted in the artistic realm. But look at this. This is a painting of Velázquez, a reproduction about Philip IV that Picasso did. It's very well painted, very well exquisite. That are my words. And Picasso easily, as you can see in this example, could be a forger. But no, he wasn't a forger. He could have been a forger and have his life all sold out. But no, he just left the forger industry for those who can draw very well. But he was a guy, an artist
who has a great imagination.
Look at this painting from 1897, Science and Charity. At that period, they criticized the 6-year-old hand for looking
like a glue.
Well, that appeared in some newspaper, but it is very well known that Picasso was a very great artist, a very great academic artist, and it is very well known also that his father did help him in the art market with some contacts with some dealers. But also, Picasso was a very great artist, a very great professional, a very great a human being with a great conception about art and very critical. And that, in my opinion, definitely helped him in his path. Not his dad, not his contacts, but his true inner artist self. And yeah, Picasso, when he was a young guy, he just did very well in art. As you can see over here, he was very admirer of this artist I'm showing you right now, like Pradilla, Fortuny, and all of these guys. And to be honest, Picasso really captured some of his artistic movement and artistic taste. By the way, Picasso has been always a very good artist. In this painting of 1897, this single painting got a gold medal. So he did very well in his early beginnings in his art scene. So you might be asking, what was Picasso really doing in Paris? Well, Picasso was in Paris just absorbing all of this atmosphere, artistic atmosphere of all of these great impressionistic painters, artists. Well, he was a very great admirer of Toulouse-Lautrec. He was also very good admirer and loved all of the paintings of Degas. And yes, some of the things that Picasso did very well is that he just not absorb and make like the same kind of painting just to learn. No, Picasso was this kind of artist that he absorbed. He did the same thing and then he did it even better to put all of this kind of artistic skills he just learned in his artworks with his imagination. So he just did everything better. And that's not something easy to do as an artist. So yeah, Picasso did this very well. And this is one only painting that you can find in the Museum of Reina Sofia in Spain, which I personally watched and saw. And it's very interesting. Look at how this lady is just standing in one side of the canvas with her arm all over stretched. And just look at her portrait, how her portrait is very well painted. And the most interesting thing that I saw on that portrait is her lips. Because her lips, maybe in here you don't see it that well, but her lips has brush strokes like this, vertical, vertical, vertical brush strokes. And that reminds me a lot of Ramon Casas, this Catalan artist of his time, in which he has a lot of drawings in which portraits of ladies were drawn with this same marks of the pencil and of the brush. And he has a lot of drawings and paintings that are almost the same as Picasso. As I was telling you before, he was very good at incorporating new elements to his own painting and make them
even better.
So yeah, what I really think about Picasso is that Picasso was very inspiring artist and he got inspiration from all of them. I really think that Picasso maybe has something inside him of envy or maybe self-development or separation, because Ramon Casas did an exhibition in Les Quatre Cats in Paris. And suddenly after that, Picasso did the same exhibition, pretty much the same, of drawings and paintings of his own friends. So yeah, I think maybe he had this kind of motivation. But well, it helped and it really made him succeed. Another thing that I feel very inspired and I like a lot about this artist, painter, is that if he was a living artist by this time, he definitely would have been an Instagrammer. Yeah, an Instagrammer. Why? Well, because he just painted, draw, and make all sort of things with art of his daily living. He draw, painted the people he was around with. He draw and painted all of his women he had. He draw his day by day living, and you can imagine his Instagram with all of these filters and everything. And yeah, I think that Picasso in this time will definitely be a very good Instagrammer. But yes, later on, Picasso had this blue epoch, la blue epoch, in which this could have been a very cool Instagram filter if you just think about it a little bit more. And yeah, in this blue epoch that he had, he used to paint a lot of people from the streets, a lot of poor people. He used to paint a lot of also of his friends. And by the way, he had this very good friend, Casarega, that he died and he did a lot of portraits about him. He even did a painting of his friend with the shot on his skull, yes. And he even did this huge big painting, very beautiful, in which his friend was just going into the heavens, and it was all of this movement and people naked and the white horse. And yeah, maybe that's a little bit of the inspiration of the macho man Picasso, that you might don't know who he was. So this very first stage epoch of Picasso's artistic career, to be honest, I really like it a lot. He had so many drawings and paintings, very beautiful. Even in the first stage of his career until the last stage of his career, the day that he died, he had a lot of paintings and drawings of nude women in different positions, different sketches, different drawings, different techniques that I really liked a lot. And by the way, he used to have a lot of drawings that were not just like drawings, but more like sketches in his early stages. That, in my opinion, they're not like the top of the top, but because there is a Picasso, it's worth millions and millions of dollars. And not to talk about the, yes, for example, a portrait I really like a lot about Picasso is this portrait called La Celestina. You can see her face, her look, the colors, the shapes, everything. It was very rich the way he just painted that. And also these other two paintings I'm showing you right now, the composition of these people who are just standing all over, a group of three. And in the background, you can see the sketch of the original painting that he included in the background of this painting. So that was very interesting. That was very original from him. And as you can see, these paintings also have a very classical composition, something that he learned when he was a little kid. And when you learn something while you're a kid, you just never forget it. Picasso also was a very organic artist, painter. You know, he was just not like, okay, right now I'm just going to paint all blue in my blue stage. Now I'm just going to paint all pink, because he had a pink artistic stage also. No, no, no. He painted different things, different styles. He absorbed everything from all of them to include it in his original artwork paintings. And he was just very organic. You know, he was just not that kind of person that, no, blue epoch, finish, pink epoch, now we're starting. He was more organic. So hey guys, yes, these were the early stages of Picasso as an artist. If you like this video,
If we get to 20,000 likes,
give me in the comments below, hit the like button, share this video, because I would like to be showing and sharing with you more experiences about the life of this great artist.